Hey guys, Brito here. Welcome back to Gold Rush the Game. Here we are for Season 2, Day 2 or Episode 2. You can see I've got a little bit of money, 41,000. I did take out a loan, which we only end up getting up to about 45,000. So I have bought the small excavator. I thought we might as well just do it. We still can't go into here and go game. Everything costs $1. Enabled, back, nothing works. So what can we do? Can't do anything till I update it. The other thing is, for every ounce or every 28 grams we've got, we get 1 ounce. So yeah, it's not a lot at the moment. So we haven't even got 1 ounce at the moment in our pocket. I did dig out for the whole night. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning, and went and sold the bar, and then I've come back to here. So did buy the small excavator as well. Got him here set up, ready to go. We've got 100% in with dirt in there, pay dirt in there. I don't know how much dirt we're going to get from this area here. I've only dug a small amount, but because we don't have the drill to test for gold, so we'll just drill anywhere, I guess. And once we can drill, I should say dig anywhere, and once we can get the drill, then we can come back and should hit start, shouldn't I? Then we can come back and go from there, I suppose. Let's get everything started. So our wave table's going. We'll get our mobile wash plant going as well. Let's start processing that dirt. Try not to run over all these buckets. And bear with me with this as well, because that's a little bit loud actually, because I haven't played this game for so long, so I need to make sure I'm using all the right buttons. It might take me a little bit to get back into what buttons do what, and to be able to start digging as smooth as I used to. So hopefully it won't take us too long to fill up one of these buckets, then we can see how much gold we're going to get out of it. This is how I always dig to start with. Always extend the arm out as far as I can. We can always move towards the mobile wash plant later on. So dig as far away as I can, and then we always bring it around, and then so we can either move the wash plant or we can move closer to the wash plant, whatever we decide to do. Obviously with a big excavator we'll be getting a lot more pay dirt in each bucket, but we've just got to start with this guy for now, and then see what we can do after this. See if we can afford the bigger excavator. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the first episode. We've still got our worker going at the moment. He's nearly got us an ounce of gold overnight. Well, since the early hours of this morning, I think about 3 o'clock in the morning is when I went and smelted down all the gold we had, and only had about 4 ounces, so we didn't make a lot of money out of it, unfortunately. We did probably dig a little bit closer to the mobile wash plant, I think. Not quite getting full buckets either. So much better if we could have the big excavator, but got to start small, I suppose. We can't get everything we want straight away. About 39% now. I have got the magnetite separator there, but I don't know if we're going to use it now because I don't have the magnetite trailer anyway, so I'm not sure if there's much point in even actually using it. Try and just dig in the one spot and try and get down as deep as we can. So I think sometimes there's a lot of gold at the surface, other times there's a lot of gold down deep. So I guess if we're lucky, we're going to get a lot of gold from the surface in this spot, but no guarantees, of course. I do think the drill only does up to about 18 meters, or 12 or 13 meters, I think it digs down. So you'd have to really dig down as far as you can, and then bring the drill back in and try and drill down a bit further to the bottom of the claim where there's no more pay dirt. Hopefully we're getting some more better buckets now, better full buckets. Now we're still digging in the same spot all the time. It might help us a little bit. As far as Gold Rush goes, like the TV series, unfortunately I can't watch it in Australia unless I buy pay TV or I find a video on YouTube. So if you guys do know of somewhere I can watch it on YouTube, you know, leave a link in the comment section for me so I can have a look. I did have somebody I used to watch it through on YouTube, but he hasn't posted a video for a fair while. So fortunately, I think I only got to like, I think it was season 8, episode 4 or 5, I think, and I haven't seen it since. So I'm not quite sure what season you guys are up to in America and other countries. Obviously, you guys may watch it. So we got nearly 30 grams of gold, so that's an ounce. So whatever that is, maybe a couple of $1,000s. Still pretty slow filling this bucket up. It's taken a fair while. Nearly at 80% now, so slowly getting there. That's why I prefer the bigger excavator, or even the front end loader, but the loader's a bit of a pain to load this thing up with. You get a lot of spillage with the loader as well. I seem to find to get half in the wash plant and half on the ground, so much rather use an excavator. So the controls are coming back to me, so getting pretty smooth with controls and not making any mistakes, which is good. Hopefully we get some decent gold out of this. Also, our next step would be the tier 3 wash plant. We also need to get the dump truck or the loader before then at least. So we're going to need a fair bit of money. We're going to have to pay off the loan as well. Yeah, 94%, so might be one more bucket. It's 96%. 99, that'll do, I think. Let's put the bucket over here in the ground. Shut it down. Ooh, probably shouldn't run under the boom, but anyway. That's still running. We don't have the separator working, which is fine. So we've got 31, say 32 ounces, 32 grams. Wow, that's a lot. So that's about 3 ounces, 4 ounces, nearly 5 ounces now, so 186 ounces. Wow, nearly 7 ounces. 8 ounces of gold. 9 ounces of gold. Nearly 10 ounces of gold we got out of all of that, so that's good. So we could be in a good spot here. This could be a great spot to start. We're not even down deep yet and we're already getting a good result, so. Might have picked a decent spot to start at. It's going to take us a little while to get us filled back up again. Not sure what square that is because we can't actually look at the squares properly until we get the drill. So we need to get over 1,000 ounces, 1,000 grams I should say, and that'll be much better for us. Not sure what the price is. The price might be about $1,000 an ounce, so also we can't change it to imperial, so we've got to leave it as it is for now in grams. So hopefully they can do a quick update or a patch fix to fix that. I'd rather have it in ounces than grams, even though I'm in Australia and we do run with grams and everything, but the way the Gold Rush guys run, they run it in ounces, so it's a lot easier to calculate. So we're nearly a quarter of the way full with this bucket again. I'm not sure if we had have used the magnetite separator if we would have got a little bit more gold out of it. I doubt it, but we would have got magnetite, but we don't really need that at the moment. We haven't got the trailer or anything, so it's not a big deal to not have the magnetite separator working or anything. Continue to dig down there. I'm not sure if we're going to get more gold deeper down we go. We can certainly try anyway. So once again, hopefully you guys have enjoyed your holidays, your Christmas holidays, and hopefully you guys all have a happy new year. Recording's being done pretty much straight after the last one, so I wouldn't have seen any comments or anything from the first episode. But I've got a couple of days off work and a couple of days all by myself, so I might as well get stuck into a bit of gaming before I head back to work on the weekend. We're now over 1,300 subscribers as well too, so you guys, I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are subscribed and all the viewers and all the likes and all the comments you guys put through the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you want to help support the channel, make sure every time you watch a video, hit that like button or leave a comment or even share it on your Facebook page or something along those lines, because every time somebody might search, Gold Rush Season 2, the video with the most likes and comments and views is always at the top. So if you want to get me up the top and help get me more subscribers, then make sure you leave a like and a comment, and even share, as I said, on your Facebook or whatever. If you got friends you might think might enjoy this sort of stuff, invite them over, tell them to check it out. Definitely helps the channel out as well. Hopefully it won't be too far away. We'll get this bucket filled up. Obviously our worker's still over there using the hog pan. I also had a look for that Frankenstein DLC, but I couldn't find it anywhere on Steam, so we might have to wait until January sometime, or it gets a little bit closer, you might be able to pre-order it. Or maybe we can't pre-order it at all, maybe it'll just turn up one day in January, so it's going to be pretty interesting though. Interesting to see how all those new bits of equipment work. So we've got the tier 3 set up, we've got the D-Rocker as well. I'm not sure where the D-Rocker is going to go in the setup. I might go there instead of the original shaker that we used to have. So once we get to that stage, tier 3, we'll be able to look at all that, work it all out. 69% full, getting pretty close again. sure if we can actually sell this little excavator as well. I know in the new Nighthawk claim there is an area for you to sell your old gear that you no longer want, so I'd have to have a sort of a look around here and see if there's somewhere that we can take it to actually sell it. Because once we get the big excavator, we're obviously not going to be using the little one, so there'll be no point in keeping both. We're at 80% now. Continue to dig a little bit deeper and see what we can find. We're about 85% full now. Much rather the big excavator, at least you know you're going to fill those buckets up. Fill the buckets up and get the wash plant filled quicker as well. It's usually one bucket is about 70-something%, so this one's only probably about 20%, I think, if that. Definitely a much quicker process with a bigger excavator. You're going to need probably 50 ounces, I think. Stick this bucket in and see what it gives us. So we're going to need around about 1400, 1500 grams, I think, of gold before we can possibly upgrade to the next excavator, get the large excavator. 99% full, close enough. So we'll go 275, see what we get now. It's gone up pretty quick, it's over 100 already. $475, so that's 200 grams. About 200 grams out of that. So it's about 6 or 7 ounces. Let's start digging a little bit of the top soil, top pay dirt. It's going to take a fair while for us to get 1500 ounces, I think. Aim to get it by the end of this episode, I hope, and then move to the bigger excavator next episode. So I need to keep a close eye on our fuel. We don't want to go running out of fuel as well in any of our machines if we can avoid it. Assuming the amount of gold that we're getting from the surface will adjust how quickly we fill that bucket as well. How much we actually get into the machine will adjust it as well. Try and spill a lot less on the ground. %. Should be about 40% by the time we get this next bucket in. pressing the wrong buttons there. 39 we are. Try and dig this little corner out. Holding the wrong button again. We should be above 50% now. We're about a third of the way to our target. About 1500 ounces, 1500 grams I should say. Get 1500 ounces, I'll be bloody happy. Above halfway full with this bucket. It's definitely taken a long time to fill them up. I'm not sure if every time you start a new game, if the gold in certain squares are different or not, if it's randomly generated or if it's all just generated for every new game. They're all exactly the same, so it'd be a pretty good idea if they were randomly generated, but I'm not sure how hard that would be for the developers to implement. It's a good addition though, having the drill machine and trying to work out where all the gold actually is. That's what they do in real life. They have to pan for gold. They might not drill, but they'll, you know, get down to the pay dirt level and they will, you know, pan by hand to work out how much gold is in a certain area. Scout the area out before they go sending all their machines in. Well, see, this game's a little bit different because we've already got the area where we're already down to pay dirt, so better off just digging the whole area out if you can. Still taking a while to fill it up. Still no, haven't implemented anything to tell us how full the bucket is. That'll be interesting. If they had, as I said before in previous episodes, in Season 1, that'd be good to have something so when we dig a hole like this, the bucket will say it's 100% full, or if it's got a certain amount of weight in it, so you know you're getting a full bucket each and every time. And if you're not getting a full bucket, then you can adjust it to, you know, make it so you are getting a full bucket. So what we might do this time is actually get that magnetite separator up and running, and separate the bucket before we go putting it through the wave table or the wash table. There we go, full again. Oop, might run around this way this time. 99%, so let's disconnect this. Where does that plug in? Around this side. So it doesn't want to. A bit too far away, I think. There we go. Might as well turn that off before we go unplugging everything. Plug that in. Start it. Obviously, grab our buckets to put underneath first. Put this in through here. Not sure how much of a difference it's going to make, but I get 80%, 90% and 10%, 89 and 10. There we go. shut him down. We'll leave those there. We just need to disconnect, reconnect these things. Disconnect that, reconnect that. Now get him started again. Pull out the gold. So we've got 490. See what happens now. So it's 590, that's 100 grams. Keep going. 200 grams. Well, only 200 grams that time, so I don't think we're quite getting as much from digging over here, so we might go back to this spot. Go back to over here and keep digging down. See what we can get from over there. Not sure if the excavator's actually moved. It sort of feels like it has, or looks like it has. When we come over here, because it's sort of not in the same spot. It's need to move over a little bit, I think. Look at the bucket. It's probably a little bit better. Alright, go back to our other camera. Hopefully that's the right spot now. Yeah, much better. Seems like we're not tipping it short like we were before, so excavator must have moved for some reason. I don't think it would have been us bumping into it, but about halfway to our goal now of 1,500 ounces, 1,500 grams I should say. So we need about 86,000. And the other option we have is to pay this other loan back and then try and get another bigger loan. So I hope this area here we're digging now a bit deeper in has got a bit more gold in it. Once we get the drill out here, we'll be able to drill absolutely everywhere and find where all the good gold is. Would be an idea too to get the bulldozer out and like level the area out a bit better, but I don't know if they've updated the bulldozer very much, to be honest, because it's always been a bit of a struggle to use that thing properly. Also the pile of pay dirt there, which has always been there, that might have a good concentration of gold in it too. I think is it nearly $200,000 for the drill, so it'll take us a long time to get there. Need probably 10,000 grams gold, I think, for that. We bring up the map now and go to gold map. It doesn't actually tell us where we're digging, so I think like over here somewhere we are. We can't toggle any squares because we don't have anything dug out yet, so probably digging, say, 63, 64 maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe even further back than that. Just ticked over 700 ounces, so our worker's still working away over with the hog pan in the background. Keep digging. Where are we? Not even 50% in the bucket yet. It's taken a little while to get this thing full. It's going to be a very slow process without this big excavator. Possibly could have dug a little bit more with the old hog pan and got a little bit extra money to buy the bigger one, but I thought we might as well just get the small one for now, and hopefully we can upgrade once we get the money, of course. Even if we can sell this machine, give us that little bit of extra money, that'd be ideal as well. See the colour of the pay dirt's getting different. It's getting a little bit darker as we get deeper in, which we know probably doesn't really mean anything, but .65% full, that bucket. Might go back into the wave table without using that magnesite separator this time. We did only get 200 grams, so I think we got well over. Did we get 200 the first time as well? I can't remember. First and second time, I can't remember exactly what we got, but our worker's still working away. We're still digging, trying to get some more gold out of this thing. Still paying our working. You see our money's slowly dropping, so we're paying him as he's working, which is good. Don't have a huge bill at the end of the day. Oops, that was an absolute shocker. Too busy looking at other things. We're getting low on fuel as well. This thing might run out of fuel before the end of the day. It must have increased how much fuel we actually go through. Probably going to have to get a fuel trailer pretty soon as well. We're at 91%, so we're nearly got another full bucket. Might need one more bucket just to fill us up. .98%, so that'll do. She's full. 100% in that bucket. Let's say 700 ounces, 700 grams even. That's 50, 100. 150, 200, 250, about 250 that time. That's much better. So maybe this side is a little bit better with gold compared to the side we're digging around here. So we're nearly at 1,000. It's not a very big bucket. Didn't fill that one up very well. Not sure how much deeper we're going to be able to go with this guy. We're not a great deal deeper. So we'll go back in. We're going to get the bucket square to the ground and then sort of drag it forward, I think. There we go. Try and give us a level area to work with. There we go, you can see through the ground, so we've still got a long way to the bottom. Very long way till we hit the hard bedrock. Make sure we get that bucket shut before we go swinging it too far. %25 with this bucket. Hopefully we get another good 250 ounces out of this one. Get us even closer to our target. %30 full with a bucket. Getting through it very slowly. Gouging out the wall then. So I think they've finally got it so you can use controllers now, which I do have an Xbox controller, but I haven't bothered to plug it in and see what the buttons actually are and how much easier it actually is. So something I'll probably have to do off camera and work out if it's actually going to be more beneficial or not. But sort of pretty good with the controls anyway, like the keyboard controls. So let's keep digging around and hopefully we're going to get a lot more gold out of here. Halfway through with the bucket. $960 ounces. Grams, keep saying ounces. 960 grams nearly. We're at now 65%. So we're getting there very slowly. See, we're sort of getting into that lighter dirt again. So I don't think that makes a difference in the amount of gold that's actually under the ground. So I don't think it's too much for us to worry about. Scoop these little bits out. Try and just bring it closer to the excavator so we can maybe try and get a little bit deeper. Definitely going through the fuel a lot quicker than we used to, I think. %85 full, so we're not far off. So we should be able to go a little bit deeper now down here. We're at now 94%, so another couple of buckets. We're at now 97, so this whole bucket, and then we should be done. Okay, put the bucket on the ground. 100%. Shut him down. Just straighten the wave table. We're nearly out of fuel here as well. We got 15%. So it's 100 ounces. Come on, gold. It's 1,200 ounces. Oh, wasn't that many. Only put about 200 ounces out of that one. Let's get in the truck. Definitely going to need to bring some more fuel out, so we're going to need to get a fuel trailer, but we'll just continue to use our jerry cans for now. There should be another one over here somewhere. Also find if there's somewhere for us to sell our unwanted gear as well. There's that jerry can. Let's just top this one up while we're here. Chuck this in the back of the truck. Head back over and quickly use that jerry can to top them up, then we'll I'll have to head into town and go to the blacksmith again. Try and turn around without destroying our wave table. Running over it. Grab that. We don't need to open the back, but I wonder why it wasn't filling up then. Shut the back. Is that full? It wasn't full. There we go. Might as well fill that up. Oop, are they both in there? Yep, both in there. So there's no sell point around here that I can see. Aha, it might be over here to the left. There is a sell point just there. So we might be able to go and sell the current gold we've got. And then potentially sell that excavator as well. And then hopefully we'll have enough for the big excavator. Help us dig through this dirt a little bit quicker. I think the next step after that is definitely the drilling machine, just so we can work out what all the good gold is before we go worrying too much about the tier 3 wash plant stuff. Might have to boil that in bits and pieces, I think. Unless we can get a massive loan. Put our diff lock back on would probably be a good idea. This thing's still hard to control. Got the old railway station there. Obviously no longer in use, the rail line. Head here to the blacksmith. Oh, too much path break then. Head on in, so we're going to get 1200 grams, which is nearly 40 ounces. I was aiming for 50 ounces, so wasn't too far off. Let's see if we've got enough. We need about 86,000, I think. Oop, something was stopping us then. Sell gold bars, 47,000. Oh, I just got enough. And we've still got our other excavator there, so quickly turn around and head back down to the fuel station. We're going to need some more fuel in our jerry cans, just for our little generator and obviously our water pump as well. Fill that right up. We don't want it to cost too much. Can we get to the other one from here? Drop that down. Let's jump up here and pick this one up. It's sort of in a weird spot. Still can't reach it. Ah. Jump up in there. Fill it up. There we go. Still got 88,000, 88,500. We've still got enough in our truck, so we don't have to worry about filling this thing up yet. But to keep a close eye on it though, I do know a few people have actually run out of fuel in their trucks. So you'll be very careful, because once you run out of fuel, it's gonna be a long walk back to town with a jerry can to fill it up and take it the whole way back. So we're 88,000. Should be enough. I think they were 86. Yes, there we go. Buy it. Check out. Order. 2,500 now. So let's see if we can. Can we? No, it won't let us do it. Go back to the other excavator. So we don't quite have enough money to get it transported back to the claim, and we need to open an extra slot as well. That's another 2,000. So we're not sure if it'll allow us to auto swap between the truck and the excavator, because we weren't back at the claim. But obviously we can't. So the episode's gone a little bit longer than I would have hoped it was gonna, but oh wow, again and again. Wish I would fix that. This thing is shocking to drive sometimes. But we're gonna get rid of our little excavator, purchase our big one, which is hopefully going to help us get a whole heap of gold through the night. I'll continue to dig off camera, and we'll come back day 3 once we end this episode. We'll try and bring you guys back each and every day. Truck's still sliding all over the place. Now we're going pretty quick, so that doesn't help. Shut him down, run over here. I want to quickly grab a screenshot before we sell it. Maybe something like that'll do. There we go. Jump back in the digger. Fold the arm up. Spin him around. Well, that was an awkward camera. This one, upside down. It doesn't move overly fast, does 5 kilometers an hour. So hopefully we can get a little bit of money out of this guy, and it was 28,000 for this, so if we get 20,000 back, I'll be happy. 15,000. Not sure how much you're going to lose for selling it, but we'll find out in a second. We're going to have to work out how much money we need for this whole tier 3 setup as well, and work out how much we're going to have to dig, how many ounces we're going to have to get before we can afford everything. Still the old miners area there. Oop, did we run over that stick? Yep, we did. We need a cruise control button. Is there a cruise control button? I don't think so. So we'll head over to our sale point, which isn't too far away now. Still love the graphics in this. The scenery is pretty amazing. Done a very, very good job. There's still a few little bugs they need to fix, but other than that, everything's pretty good. So we'll head through here, and hopefully we'll just stick this in there and we can use the register to sell it. And then go to our tent and we can unlock the transport thing and transport from the tent, hopefully. Shut that down. We go to use. Oh, 14,000. It's better than nothing, but we must lose half of what we paid for it. I think we paid 28,000 for it. Still pretty good. So we're 16 grand in the bank at the moment. So we can run into here and go transport unlock. Cancel, because we need to go back to town. Transfer that guy over. Can we I've got no one that wants to work for us. This guy's working away, so yeah, cancel, shut down, fast travel to our truck. I'm not sure why we couldn't actually, for some reason, get the big excavator from town to there straight away. We've already purchased it, so end of day 2 again. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's nearly home time. Truck doesn't seem quite as loud now because we just switched between us and into the truck, so truck seems fairly quiet. Put our diff lock back on. This is why we kept losing controls and going way too quick, but anyway. Trying to get it done to get the episode finished. Run into the store and then hopefully we can transport it. It's still going to cost us money to transport it anyway, unfortunately. Alrighty guys, the big digger's back there, so what I'll do is I'll continue to dig off camera so you guys don't have to sit here for too much longer, and we'll come back when we're at day 3. Don't forget to leave a like, guys, leave a comment, let me know what you're thinking of the Season 2 stuff so far, if you've got the new D-Rocker or the new drill and what you're thinking the game has progressed to, like if you think it's good or not. Make sure you, as I said, leave a like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell next to it to receive a notification every time we upload. It's been Brito's Gaming. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.